Philly, feel that? It's the hum that starts in the pavement and rises into the midnight sky over the link, the kind of restless buzz that only shows up when a deadline is closing in and the phones won't stop lighting up. 6 days, that's it. 6 days until the market freezes and every choice turns into a what-if. The city's been talking about adding more firepower, stacking one more piece onto a roster that already hits like a freight train. But suddenly the conversation tilts. The whispers change direction. It isn't just about who's coming in, it might be about who's going out. Smash that subscribe button, drop a like, and comment below. This community runs on real fans like you. Because right now the Eagles aren't just hunting upgrades. They might be making a surgical move inside one of the deepest rooms on the roster, and the timing, the emotion, the stakes, it all feels personal in Philadelphia. The name in the crosshairs, A.J. Dillon. Not that other AJ who sets timelines on fire every time he hits send. This is the power back who arrived with a reputation for bruising December carries and cold weather finishes, now staring at a numbers game that doesn't blink. ESPN's Tim McManus put it on the board. With Tank Bigsby surging 104 yards on 9 punishing carries against the Giants, the Eagles' backfield hierarchy has shifted in real time. Saquon Barkley at the top, Bigsby tearing through lanes, while Shipley carving out utility and Dillon sliding to fourth in line. That's not a judgment of talent. It's the ruthless math of touches in a contender's offense where opportunity is oxygen and rotations get tight as the calendar narrows. Dillon's season tells the story. He didn't see the field in Week 7 or Week 8. He's logged just 12 carries for 60 yards, 2 catches for 18, and 1 costly fumble that won't define him but sits there in the ledger anyway. This is a 27-year-old who's produced real NFL tape, who has worn down fronts and moved chains in Green Bay, now stuck in a lane with red lights at every intersection. It's not about heart. It's not about effort. It's about role and the lack of one on a team that has options and intentions in equal measure. And if you know anything about Howie Roseman's front office, you know the calculus doesn't stop at today. You know the Eagles already made a proactive swing for Bigsby, and when that move pays off immediately, it reshapes the board. Draft capital matters, flexibility matters. If flipping a squeezed asset can net a pick that becomes a cornerback or an edge rusher, 2 spots every contender wants fortified when the nights get colder, you at least take the call. The city feels it too. You can sense the pride in the depth and the unease of a goodbye that might make football sense but still hits the heart. This is where it turns from a rumor into a referendum, not just on a player, but on who the Eagles want to be when the margins decide everything. And now we push through the doors and into the noise of Block 2, where the reactions get loud and the stakes get real. Inside the building, the logic is clean: limited snaps, crowded room, a front office that values surplus and hates waste. Around the league, teams are watching the tape, seeing a back who runs through arm tackles and punishes safeties, trapped behind a star and a hot hand. Insiders connect the dots. Dillon is movable, the Eagles are opportunistic, and the deadline is the great clarifier. Fans, though, Philly never does quiet. Half the city nods and says, move a piece to patch a need on defense, where one more corner or an extra edge could be the difference in January. The other half says depth is life, injuries happen, and power backs become essential in bad weather and short yardage. Both sides have a point. That's the tension of a contender. On the field, the picture is sharper than the discourse. Barkley's gravity forces light boxes into bad choices. Bigsby's suddenness stretches creases into lanes. Shipley gives you that hybrid utility, pass game, change of pace, tempo. In that rotation, Dillon's unique value becomes a redundancy, not a flaw. He's built for the 4-minute drill, for finishing halves in games, for 3rd and 2 when everyone knows what's coming and it still doesn't matter. But if those reps never arrive, the Eagles are holding a tool they rarely use, while a different part of the roster could use another wrench. It's chess, not checkers, and the deadline compresses every move into a mirror of who you are. Market reality says the return is likely a late day 3 chip that can be packaged, flipped, or stashed. That doesn't sound glamorous until it becomes the pick that helps land the corner who breaks up a playoff seam route, or the edge who steals a drive with a December strip sack. The leverage here is clean. Dillon has low mileage this season, he's healthy, and he's a known commodity. Running back needy teams with injuries or playoff ambitions can talk themselves into it in one meeting. The Eagles don't have to force it, they just have to listen. If the move happens, the ripple is immediate. More Bigsby in the downhill packages, more Shipley in space and motion, Barkley even more central when the lights get brightest, which is saying something. On defense, the payoff could be huge: insurance at corner, speed on the edge, another body to keep snaps manageable when the pass rush needs fresh legs in the 4th. If the move doesn't happen, nothing's broken. You keep the depth. You keep the hammer in the toolbox and wait for the right nail. Either way, this is a contender's question, and Philly earned the right to ask it. So where do you stand, Eagles fans? Are you flipping surplus for the shot at a stronger defense, or riding with depth and daring the calendar to blink first? The deadline is coming, the phones are hot, and the room is listening. Comment below. This space belongs to everyone who lives and breathes the Philadelphia Eagles. We're alive, we're loud, and we're just getting started.